know that you're here. Welcome in. Hi. As we land here together, I encourage you to grab a snack. I've got some oranges and some water. And with me, I've got a little station here of some water and the Pendulum Potion, the Happy Galaxy. We'll be doing the clean dirt, maybe a little of the honey mud. We're gonna go a lot of places today, and we're gonna start wherever you are. So for me, I thought I'd begin in bed, as the days do. And so just come in here with me to your body. Take the deepest breath you've taken all day. I like to start any practice with myself by using everything I have, so appealing to all the senses, hence the snack, the candle, the music, the movement, whatever you can stimulate and get turned on first. That's a tool you get to access all day long. And so for me, the waking up, the starting with something delicious, is one of the most powerful ripples I can give to my powerful day. And so you'll always see me returning to the Jasmine Garden, which is as much of a sensory experience to me and a reset. The chill, the drops, it feels like fairy kisses over my whole body. So it just brings me right here. It's a really delicious way to start and end the day. And then the Happy Galaxy. This was born for this purpose, for being right here, for coming in, for finding that spark if it's gone to sleep. Thank you all for being here and reading your comments. Thank you for engaging and being here for each other. Please do share your stories. Please do say hello. Just a drop is all I'm doing. Just a little bit for now. Between the palms. Again. Imagine the scent going into your nose, behind the smiles of your eyes, and deep, deep down into your body. I'm just going to put a little on my chest because I want to breathe it and feel it and smell it as we enter our time together. Stretch. When you wake up, the more you can move into your body, the more it helps remember you have a body. For me, lately, I've been practicing when I enter a conversation, when I enter a space, when I enter any dynamic outside of myself, I ask, who's leading? Is it my mind? Is it my heart? Is it my body? And then I check in and discover whether who's leading is who should be leading, who feels good to lead. So if I'm going into a meeting with my team and we're going over logistics and we're thinking about how much we need to make and production numbers and how fast we can ship and things like that, I'm in my head. It's all up here and it's going, it's sparking off all over the place. So it's a very specific operation. But when I'm up here, it's really hard for me to be here and it's hard for me to be here. So the body practices for me are incredibly important for keeping me tethered. So with that, I'm going to say hello to my body, and this is what it looks like for me. If you can lay down, that can feel really good. If you're sitting up, that's great too. If you can't move your body, this can be an internal body scan. If you're in bed, if you're in the hospital, if you're in a space where you're not free to move, you can just imagine your body starting from the toes. For me, I like to make this practice physical because it takes a while for the mind to stop and the body to begin. And so if I bring in touch, I get there faster. So I just start here at my toes. And join me. Look at your toes. Hello, toes. Thank you for carrying me around. And to move up. And there's nothing on my hands here. I just had a little bit of the Happy Galaxy just to bring some smell, just to wake me up into my senses. But right now, this is just you and your skin. You don't need anything else. Just saying hello to the toes, to the ankles. Make a circle around your knee. And this can feel a lot of ways. This can feel like quick, feathery energy. This can feel like slow, deep draping as you arch over your legs. It can feel like a massage, if that feels good to you. I personally like to massage with a lot more oil. So this first part for me is more, it's the physical touch, it's the pressure. I like to squeeze the muscles. And again, name them. Hello, toes. I'm here. I'm inside. Hello, knees. Hi, sweet thighs. This can all feel a little silly, but great. Feeling silly seems like a win in my book. So just a little petting. Find your legs. They serve you well. Straighten your spine if you can. And just find yourself. What happens when you massage the different parts of your body? Are you more comfortable saying hello to your toes than maybe to your belly? What about your sides? Squeezing your hips. I like to actually get a hold of the skin and move it around. It doesn't have to take long. And if you find every part, you can make a circle, figure eights. Come up the back. If I find I'm in my head, thinking too much, am I doing this right? Am I moving too fast? Can they hear me? Is this boring? Whatever. Come back to the body. Breathe. Make heat. When the palms are warm, begin again. Hello, hands. Hello, fingers. Hello, wrists. Thank you for typing so much today and every day. Thank you for picking up all of the things I pick up. Thank you for holding the hands of my children. Thank you for giving me touch. Wow, hands are so precious. Heart. Neck. I'm going to brush my hair because, well, one, it's good to brush your hair, but it's also something that makes me feel cared for. Try it with me. Brush your hair. Feel the bristles on your scalp. Notice if it's pleasurable. Notice if you're in your head again. Come back. Happy Galaxy. 2 pumps this time. Whoop. Between the hands. And now I'm actually going to just go in close to the scalp, releasing my head into my hands. Breathing. Don't be afraid to really use your fingers and get in there. You can mess up your hair. Hold the hair, squeeze. With your fingers against your scalp, with the hair, try and actually move the entirety of the skin that encircles your scalp. Like you're just slightly shifting the skin over your scalp. Can you feel it? That extra layer that moves. This is one of my favorite things to do before touching my face. Coming into presence with my body, coming back to my senses and my inside thoughts, my inside feelings. Allows me to pay a different kind of attention when I actually get to the skincare part of my day's rituals. So don't rush. A few minutes here, becoming ends up everywhere you go. Okay. With that done, hair out of my way. It's time for the Pendulum Potion. Okay. There's the one. Okay, I've got hot water with me and a bowl. So if you're at your sink, that's perfect. If you're in a bath, that's perfect. If you're in bed, I've just set myself up. I'll show you. It's a cookie sheet with everything that I need. So you don't need anything fancy. Just tools you have at home. Warm water, your favorite oils, mine or anyone else's, it doesn't matter. Cleanse your hands. And now I'm just going to take this towel. It's large, but I'd rather this than a small face towel because you're not going to use this as a washcloth, rubbing and scrubbing. you're going to use this as a vessel for delivering steamy heat to yourself with the Pendulum Potion. So, towel, hot water, just dip this in. This is also a really nice way to do it because you don't use all of the water trying to get your sink to run warm. And the steamy hot centerpiece. Have that ready. Pendulum Potion. Shake. This is to distribute all of the cacao oleoresin. If you ever pump the Pendulum Potion and you notice it's kind of a greenish brown oil, and sometimes you can see the specks of cacao in there, and they're a dark brown color. So if you see that, that's just all the really beautiful antioxidant goodness. So breathe this in. Pendulum Potion scent does something to my bones. No matter what is going on in the day, it instantly sends me right back to the soles of my feet and the soul of myself. It's grounding and delicious. So I'm just taking several pumps in a pool in my palm, warming it, distributing it over forehead, cheeks, chin, under the nose. I'm mostly avoiding my eye area here. I don't have any makeup on. If you were to use this as a makeup remover, I would do one cleanse first of the entire face, towel it off with a steamy towel, real gentle, remove everything, come back, independently do the eye area, take a hot cloth, wipe that off, and then you're done. A rinse and you're finished. If you don't have the eye makeup, there's no reason to use this around your eyes. So sticking to the skin, distributing it throughout. Feels so good. Okay. And with your hot cloth, now drape this right over your face, covering your entire face, neck, and chest as you breathe. Don't rush this part. Right now, the heat is melting your oils together. Your natural oils are bonding with the oils in the Pendulum Potion. And the steam helps to soften everything up for a really beautiful, gentle, nourishing release. No rubbing, no scrubbing, just a brief sweep away of the oil. I'm going to do one more dunk. Finish with it nice and warm. And breathe again. That's wonderful. I actually want to keep a little bit on because in a moment we're going to do a little bit of dry brushing and moving, and then I'm going to take you into the shower and we're going to put the clean dirt right over the top. And it's been a little bit dry. And so I'm gonna go back in with just a little bit of Pendulum Potion, just a couple of pumps. Melt this over. Now my skin is nice and soft and warmed up and open. It's also super clean, so this just feels, I don't know, you have to try it. It feels so good. Okay, so leaving that there, and I'm gonna mix the clean dirt right now so that I have this ready to take into the shower. I only use the clean dirt in the shower. If you can't do that, be sure to watch my live on the clean dirt. The replay is so important. I think the most important product tips I've ever given are in that video. So if you're using the clean dirt, do that. But one of the things that I share is that until you nail the ratio in the bowl, I don't recommend doing it in your palm, because I really want you to get this nice, fluffy, fizzy, moussey texture. And so practicing it using a bowl and a brush is really, really key. So I'm just gonna do that here, and then it'll be ready. So I've got the clean dirt, and I have a measuring spoon. I'm using a 1/2 tablespoon. So bigger than a teaspoon, smaller than a tablespoon. A 1/2 tablespoon is my favorite if I want to be able to actually get the neck as well, which I do here. So 1/2 tablespoon into the treatment bowl, equal parts water, come together, brush and bowl, and you'll see this takes just seconds to mix into this this fizzy, moussey consistency. Look at this. Do you see the bubbles? It's amazing. So if you've used the clean dirt and never seen it look like this, watch the other live. I guarantee your fun has only just begun with this. So I'm gonna leave this so that I can bring this right into the shower with me. Don't have to mess around with the mixing in the shower if you don't want to. You can build to that expert level. But until then, mix with the brush and the bowl. The brush and the bowl really do make a huge difference. You saw how fast that was, right? I did that in bed in about 6 seconds. So don't tell me this is too much of a pain. All right, leaving this here. And let's get up. Let's shake it out. We're gonna come this way. And I've got a dry brush. Obviously, this is best to do naked. Can't do that with you. So we do it the best we can. Even if you were doing this in an office or somewhere, if you weren't private, just getting the blood moving makes a big difference. There's a ton of different dry brushes on the market. I'd love to make one, haven't had the time. In the meantime, it doesn't matter what you use. I like all the styles, the kind of cheapy ones that you get that are just have a handle and bristles on them. I like that better. You can get to the back. These ones can be nice. They hold onto your hand. They're great if you have clothes on. It doesn't matter. You can just use, you could use a hairbrush if you need to get the blood flow moving. I'll show you actually. So, hairbrush. This one's made by my friend Josh Rosebrook. And you could use the brush in the same way. It's just whatever gets the blood moving up and gets you tuned in to your body. So, hairbrush, body brush, whatever you've got. I like to start from the toes, and I start on the right side. So when you're starting at the feet, it's easiest to do it sitting down. You can also do this from your chair. So you brush the actual bottoms of your foot. Feel really, really nice. Wake that up. Tops of the feet. And it's a little bit like what we did before with just your hands, but now you're using the brush, and so you're getting the blood moving more. But keep in mind the same precious regard for your body. Don't rush through this. This isn't a punishment. This is your pleasure time out. So, hello beautiful toes. Hello legs. I'm inside my body. I am home here. At the foot, bottom of the foot, top of the foot. Moving up. So I do the entirety of one section and then I repeat on the other side. And then to get up, you come back up here, you continue up, move the butt, the thighs. If you're alone, spend more time here. This feels really, really wonderful on the butt and the belly and all of those areas. We'll get there too. Hands, do the palms, backs of the hands, wrists. One stroke for the bottom part of the arm. Continue up. Armpit, just a glide, just a glide. Other side. Into the palms, back of the hand. If you start doing this at least once a week, you're going to notice your skin is so much softer, and you'll also just have more awareness of what feels good, what needs attention. The back is a little hard to do with this style. I do prefer the ones that have a handle more for the back, but do the best with what you got. When you come to the neck, it's nice to actually go kind of deep. Use a little pressure and then just push up into the scalp. And you can spend as much time here as feels great. I really like to do the chest here, starting from the center and brushing out. This into the bones of your chest. You might get a little red, a little flush. That's normal, that's great. That's your blood moving around. Don't get scared. And the belly is wonderful to do as well. I like to go in a circle, just around the parts. And when you first begin, this can feel a little bit intense for some people. It can feel maybe a little too much. You can put a thin towel over it as you ease in. You can wear yoga pants as you get used to the movements. You can also just introduce in areas that do feel good. If, for example, you've got dermatitis on your thighs, maybe that doesn't feel that great. Maybe it feels excellent. So feel it and see what feels good for you. But don't be afraid to skip areas that don't work for you. Just like with facial massage, if you're too sensitive, fine. Do your neck, do the back of your neck, do your ears, do your hands, do whatever you can to get the flow going in your body. And if that involves your toes and your knees and your thighs and your hips and all of your wiggly bits, then wonderful. And if all you've got is, your hands or your shoulders, that's great too. So this I could do all day. We're gonna move on. We're gonna go to the shower. I think that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, that is what we're gonna do. I'm going to bring the Jasmine Garden with me and the clean dirt with me. And we'll come over here. So it gets a little bit louder with the shower on, but Some of you are asking where to buy the dry brush. Anywhere, just Google it. They're all kind of the same so far. If I ever put one out, it'll be because I figured out how to make it better. So far, I haven't figured out how to make it better, or found a manufacturer who blows me away over anyone else. So in the meantime, really just do the best you can with whatever you have. If you're using literally the hairbrush that you use on your head, that's fine. That's wonderful. Depending on your brush, sometimes that's the most fantastic feeling thing. If you have a dry brush that you picked up from anywhere, perfect. Try it, use it. If you don't love it, get another one. They're inexpensive. You can find them for $10, $15, $20. There's some that are a little bit fancier. They go up the scale. But honestly, I haven't seen that much of a difference in the fancy ones. So use what you've got. So I have the Pendulum Potion still on my skin, but I want to bring back a little heat and moisture before I get the clean dirt in there. So I'm just going to go, does the direction of dry brushing make a difference? It does. So I'm not an expert on dry brushing, but I do it every day and I love it. And I've found that moving from the toes all the way up, and then from the hands all the way up, centers the blood in the center of the body. And then at the end, a circle around the belly. There's different theories on which direction you should brush into your sex region. So if you're really into dry brushing, study the different teachers who talk about that. It's really interesting. But also just listen to your body. Okay. Wet enough. Pretend I was in there for a few more minutes, letting my skin get really, really super soft and mushy. There's a state when you're rinsing where the skin softens, and it's a really important one to learn to look for. So as you're rinsing, whether at the sink or in the shower, I like to think of it like you have outside skin and inside skin. So your outside skin is like what happens when you're walking around during the day. It's almost like having a piece of paper. There's clearly a layer. And then you come into the shower or you splash your face with water, and around 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 splashes, you can feel the skin soften under your fingertips. So look for that moment, wait for that moment before you do any treatments, before you exfoliate, before you massage in your oils. That's when your skin is saying, yes, I'm ready, let's go. So I'm there, and if I'm not, we're gonna pretend we are, because I don't have you all day. So I've got the bowl. Oh, and I'm just gonna tell you with this, if you have really sensitive skin and you want all the benefits of the clean dirt, the brightening, the glow, so good for congestion, hyperpigmentation, all of that, so phenomenal. If you want all of that, but the tingle's too much, the manual exfoliation is too much, you can use the brush and brush it on, just like a treatment. And if that's you, you could just leave this on in the shower for a few minutes while you condition your hair, or otherwise take care of your body, and then rinse at the end without any exfoliation or manual massage. If you're not as sensitive and you just want to get this all over you, then I use my hands, and I do it in the shower so that I can take the rundown over the chest, any extra off my brush, to the body, to the armpits. Doing your armpits is just the most fantastic thing. It clears out all of the buildup from your deodorants. It clears out all of the dense skin, oil, just the crud. Makes your deodorant work better, feels fantastic, stimulates the lymph. It's just a win in every direction. So I've got this over the top. Someone asked when I started dry brushing, did it aggravate any areas? It can, and if that's happening for you, what I would encourage you to do is actually use a dry brush that's intended for inside the shower first. And before you go into the shower, take a pure oil, nothing fancy. This is where you pull out your coconut oil or your sesame oil or olive oil, jojoba. Those are all great. And before you even enter the shower, you can cover all of your skin or the dry areas in that single pure oil. So mush that all in as best as you can. Give yourself some body love attention. Maybe that's your practice. You say hello to all your parts with a good, nourishing, fatty oil first. And then you step into a warm shower, and that oil starts to drink into your skin. And then if you take a couple of weeks to introduce a brush over that oil in the shower, you're going to pull a lot more of that nutrition and hydration into your skin. And after a couple weeks of that, I bet that you can take yourself out of the shower and begin dry brushing, as I've demonstrated. So play with that. And if you have questions, I'm here for you. So you can always send a DM here. You can send us an email if you want to go even deeper into super personalized care at Lindstrom.com. Our Care Bears are waiting for you. So just know that that is always an option. So you'll see I am using every bit of the clean dirt. That's another advantage of doing this in the bowl. Just get everything out. It's gonna look like you have a lot when you use a half tablespoon. I'm telling you, it's the perfect amount. So get in here, do your armpits, do your feet, do the backs of your arms. If you work out and this part gets sore, if you get headaches, oh, it's so good because it gets all the blood flow moving. So if I have a migraine or am otherwise being bothered in my body, sometimes the clean dirt is just the thing to bring me back. Okay, that looks about good. And this, your body treatment days are also wonderful days to do the problem solver over your full back. So if you haven't done that, just mix up an extra large batch. And if you have someone, a friend, who can do your back, that's great. If not, the brush really helps and you can get back there. So with the clean dirt, I just turn into the stream of water to rinse. And I don't use any cloths. No extra rubbing or scrubbing here. So the other key with the clean dirt is after you've rinsed and it feels like everything is gone, you're not done yet. So your skin might be feeling just miraculously soft. It's immediate, the effect from the clean dirt. And when there's just that little layer of the Pendulum Potion underneath, it gives it that much more oomph and hydration. I can feel it. My skin feels plump, it feels hydrated, it feels silky smooth. But this is also your opportunity after that rinse to take your fingers and explore your skin for texturing. And so what I'm feeling here is where there's areas of congestion. Often it's where the sun hits. For me, that's up here on the forehead. If I do this, I might notice dead skin releasing in my fingertips. So when you notice that, or here's a spot I get a lot, and then along the jawline is pretty frequent as well, pretty common. So watch those areas as you explore and then find which ones feel most resonant to you. So massage those areas. If everything feels soft and silky and glidey, you're perfect. Go ahead and rinse. If you are feeling that texturing, if it's releasing easily at your fingertips, stay with it until it's smooth. If it's not, then just take note. That probably means it'd be great for you to do the clean dirt again in another day or two. So listen for that rhythm and also complement with the problem solver. I like to switch the days in which I use those. So I tend to use the clean dirt in the morning. Wakes me up, gets me going, gets the energy flowing. Really wonderful for bringing in that circulation first thing. The smell, all of it is ideal for that. And then in the evenings, the problem solver to calm everything down, to take down the heat, even though it brings heat. Watch the live on that one to understand that as well. And the combination of moving between those two, they seem like similar formulas, but the way that they actually interact with the skin and then the way that they are used within the ritual is so different. And the impact of that dance, when you're consistent, is really powerful. I'm excited for you to experience that. Okay, I want to rinse just a little bit more. I'm going to take my hair down, and then we can do the Blue Cocoon and the Youth. So I've just got a little bit of Happy Galaxy in my hair. Not a ton. It's a small enough amount that I'm just going to leave it in today. I'm going to rinse, which will help distribute some of the oils through, letting go of that which is no longer needed, and leaving my hair moisturized, but not heavy. Now, very first thing, today, because I have such great moisture in there, I want to focus on the Youth Dew. So I'm going to do 3-4 pumps, as it's my primary. If I was doing the Blue Cocoon as primary, I'd maybe use 2 or 3 pumps, but I'm going with this as the major today. You can see it's beautiful. Bright orange color from the sea buckthorn. One of my favorite ingredients of all time. Okay, and this goes in, wet skin. Center of the forehead. I always like to start in the middle. It feels like there's a mountain peak up here, and if I put my fingers between and open it up, it releases tension in my forehead. It starts to soften that line. Open. Find ease. Many of you ask about the direction to massage in. Again, there's all kinds of people teaching all kinds of techniques on this. What I am going to teach you is to listen to your own body. For me, my forehead goes tense and tight, and I scrunch in like this. So my movements on my forehead are focused on the opposite. It's the opening, the opening of that center. Imagining the space between my fingertips widening. Really going into myself, I can feel that more. And I spend a lot of time on the computer and on the phone, so time with my eyes is important. I like to actually get a little extra Blue Cocoon for the eye area. So I've got the Blue Cocoon. And I'm not going to use a lot. I'm going to let the Youth Dew shine today, but just the tip of a fingernail, small tip of a fingernail this time, primarily for the eye area. Part of this is to add slip. When you're working with that eye area, you want your fingers to be able to glide easily. There's no pull, it's gliding. So move this around, making circles around your eye, pinching the brow. Cheeks, ears. The ears are especially wonderful, don't forget about them. Go to the top of the ear tips and unfurl like a flower petal. Just like that. The back of the ear. Earlobes. You're just bringing a little more heat, a little more flow. This area behind the ears is extra delicious. Neck, chest. A little more Blue Cocoon, just to leave on the eye area. A little more for the lips. A little around my nostrils. Jasmine Garden. Mist to saturate. You actually want to get this on your skin. You're not perfuming the air. The idea is to leave your skin wet with the nutrients. If you like, you can also do it in your palm if you want to see that it's getting everywhere. So you can fill your palm. You'll see it's a golden fluid. It's not just clear water. And you can press this moisture over your oils, enhancing the penetration and the assimilation of both fat and water-soluble nutrients. So good. Okay. And now, to complete a body ritual, the star, the happy galaxy. It's like the Blue Cocoon and the Used to and the Jasmine Garden had a sexy romp and made a very sexy baby. So it's playful and fun and bright, and it just feels like liquid joy to me. So I'm just distributing this over my body. A few pumps for the bottom half, a few pumps for the top half, and just like with my face, I first just get it on, and then I go back to revisit. So go back to the feet, do your sweet little toes. Hello toes, hello toes. Thighs, butt, knees, belly, back, find yourself in your head, come back here. Shake, 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 shake. I'm here. Arms. Change your energy as you need to. What a gift it is to have these bodies. Thank you for showing up here with me. It's really an honor. Really, truly an honor. For the last couple months that I've been doing these with you, we've received the most incredible emails about how it's changed how you show up for yourself in your own care. And I just have to tell you how much that means to me, to know that this touches you and that it's shaping your worlds. It took me a long time to find my body. It took me a long time to find pleasure in my body. And it's not the easiest thing. We don't live in a culture that celebrates us loving on ourselves. We don't live in a culture that celebrates much of ourselves in general. And my hope is that in this space here with me, in this space here with you, alone together, that you can just come back here every day and know that this home is yours. It's sacred, it's precious, it's so fucking rare. It's the only one, it's yours. It's yours. Celebrate yourselves. Love on yourselves. It can look like anything you want. It's a snack, it's a song, it's a dance, it's a bath, it's a walk. It's just taking 10 seconds to close your eyes at your desk, to close the laptop. Thank you, body. Thank you for carrying me for all of my days. Come back to yourselves. Find your toes. Find your fingers. Find your wiggles. If this resonated with you, please come back. If it really resonated with you, please tell someone who would benefit from feeling a little extra love today. From you, from themselves. It's so important to share our gifts. Thank you again for being here. If you have any questions, we'll be following up with any ones that we saw come through. Again, always send us a DM. Find us at care@lindstrom.com. It's the honor of my life to be here with you. Have a glorious day.